Well, hello everybody and welcome back to episode 72 of my Let's Play Spellforce 3. I'm IVATOPia and we're having a little chat with Rowan here. Let's carry on. What was he like before my
My father never told me how he grew up. Do you know anything about that?
About his childhood? I'm afraid not. He shared some fragments of his past with me, but probably no more than he shared with you.
Right? For the last episode.
Let's discuss something else. I'll be off.
Get the swords ready to fight. Okay, let's see what he's selling.
Interesting.
Now look at that. The fabled Corporal. Good to finally meet you in person. I'm Flynn, second in command of the Wayfarers. I have to say, for someone who only led a puny Nortander division once, you're doing quite a good job leading an army so far.
Thank you.
Not of them saying I couldn't do better, but still. Anyway, if you come to arm our men, I strongly suggest you do so.
But you're armed already, aren't you?
Well, yes, with rusty swords and
Oh,
dented
paper
armors.
stuff. Okay.
I mean with proper equipment.
Like what?
If you give me the coin, I'll send out orders to my contacts in
Of course, I need a
Everlight.
lot of money.
It'll improve our strike force significantly.
By the way, Wayfarers, tell me more about you.
I want to buy some better equipment for the Wayfarers.
Music to my ears. What did you have in mind?
Improves your human infantry unit by enhancing its health. Oh, this is what you meant. Fudge. Then I need a lot of coin. I can buy like one. Give me scout reinforcements. Improve the human infantry unit by lowering its recruitment cost. Okay, I don't have the money right now. Okay. So I know my money's going to be important now. We'll look at that later now. That's cool. That's cute about something now.
Can you tell me more about you? Rowan seems to think highly of you.
As he should. What do you want to know?
See something else? What's your job in what the Wayfarers?
So, what's your job in the Wayfarers?
Well,
the
let's
troops?
just say that I know a great deal of people. And I can also handle myself in a fight.
Do you for the Wayfarers
What did you
formed?
do before the Wayfarers were formed?
Depends on how far before we're talking. I did some jobs here and there and then joined the military.
Some jobs. So you were a baker? A bard?
Very funny. I was a mercenary.
And then you joined the Royal Army.
Yes, I was even part of the Wolf Guard for a year or so.
Yes, I remember
Really?
him.
How come we never met?
Because that was way before your time.
I thought I've seen him
I know I
before.
don't look it, but I'm quite some years ahead of you, Tahar. I served under General Noria, under Sentenza, before that disaster at the Iskander Fortress.
How come you left?
Well, there were a couple of reasons. In a nutshell, I didn't agree with some of the things Sentenza made us do. So I deserted, just like you.
Yeah, wasn't it the opening vision that you patrolling him with the guy who's got Geralt's voice for Witcher? Wasn't that? Oh, he was the one who ran, wasn't he? When he said you need to do this, and he no, and he ran off. It is, isn't it?
I'm not a deserter. I got framed.
Yeah, I know the story. Sorry if I offended you. Anyway, after I left, I went back into the mercenary business for a while. Then the
Fuck
Mage
that.
War broke out, things went to shit, and I went into hiding. Finally, a year ago, I met Rowan, and he told me about his idea. I immediately agreed. Doing good while not being bound to uniforms, orders, and morning drills was something I'd always wanted to do. I simply didn't expect anyone else to share that vision.
That's all for now. Keep your chin up, Flynn.
Will do, Tahar. And don't forget, fortune favors the man with the crossbow.
And I need to get money to help my troops. Okay. Let me take the hour. Who else I need to chat with right now? I know I've got a new blacksmith. I've also got to try and remember how to get to the Goblin King, because it was before it entered here, wasn't it? Probably have to do this one unless I get there. we'll go up here first. I was gonna say who's running, it's me. Probably not trying to kill at me on yet either. So gonna lock that part.
Understood.
So my base don't even secure technically. It's took the dwarfy anyway. So if it's time, I'll try and go to Goblin King. If it's time, let's check to everyone here first. Then use a map, assuming we can get to it that way, but we'll see. I feel like it's practically double the episodes today because I've already done all this one. Like, this is actually new to me now because I haven't done this part. It was right before I took the role where I got up to. This is brand new for me now. But again, I've spent the last 2 hours plus 2 to 3 hours doing this and redoing half the stuff I've already done once. No. Okay, I'm here. Okay, now I'm here. Oh, I was going back. Oh yeah, I remember this place now.
Mm-hmm.
So she wants to chat. Not sure about that, and he takes me to Dwarfy. And this must be room for another hero later on, so we're probably going to get another one. That makes sense, I have 4 heroes and me. Then again, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I make 6. Someone in here, so 1, 2 more heroes.
Let's see.
Tahar, I guess I still owe you an explanation, don't I? About that bandit in Farland's Hope?
Do you?
I do. First off, I appreciate that you didn't stop me. It was what most reasonable people would have done, I guess.
I wasn't sure how you react. Okay.
He deserved it.
Yeah, he did. About 5 years ago, something happened. I was on the road and the sun had just started to set, and I was closing in on the village where I had planned to spend the night. It was a beautiful day, really. The sky was clear, the stars were coming out, and the crickets were chirping. Just 1 mile before the village gates, I saw a woman and her son. Or at least I thought he was. And they were surrounded by 2 men and a woman, who were pushing her around, tearing her clothes off.
Oh.
She was weeping, begging them for mercy, and her son, who probably didn't realize what was happening, was holding her leg and crying. That woman's screams were horrible. What I remember even more was the crying of that poor boy. They were the tears of a soul who, up to that point, had still thought life was all about beauty, about love, and who had now awoken to reality. Long story short, I didn't help. I just stood there, watching it all through the thickets, like some grotesque play. When they were done, they kicked the woman into a pit on the roadside and took the boy with them.
Oh. Why didn't you help?
Why didn't you help?
I've been asking myself the same thing ever since. In the end, I think it was plain cowardice. Then again, if life taught me something, then it's that only in the books that people make the right calls when push comes to shove. Sure, there are exceptions, but most of us just stand by and watch.
Wow. That was why you tortured
And
her.
that was why you tortured the bandit?
I guess. That woman the bandit in Farland's Hope killed. I don't know, but something about her reminded me of that summer night. And yeah, I know, it was a stupid thing to do. Stupid and above all, pointless. Making that bandit suffer didn't help anyone. Neither the woman he had tortured to death, nor the one on the road, or her little boy. I just couldn't help it. It was as if some dark part of my mind had taken over.
It was your way of atoning.
Maybe it was your way of atoning for not helping that woman.
Atoning. Such a big word. I don't know. Either way, anything else you need? If not, I'd like to have some time on my own. There's a lot that's been going through my mind lately.
Okay. Nice. So we gotta check this out and then go in there and talk to Dwarf. Dwarf, I don't want to put her then. Dwarfy.
Understood.
Yeah, I might end up ending this episode in here. So we're at 9 minutes now. So 5 minutes and we're finished. Do the goblins want to come back? Hopefully in March. Hopefully This goes out past March, so I'll have an episode ready for you. Building won't take too long. Oh.
Alright, let's get to the chase. We need to discuss where and how we start our search. You're all familiar with the objective?
I think so.
Didn't we do this?
We need to find the Forge Stones to reignite the Nexus, decipher the Song of the White with it, and put an end to the Bloodburn.
That's about it. Area thinks that someone removed the Nexus stones shortly before the city was abandoned, but they left markers on the stone map. And now that we have a small army backing us up, we can start searching.
A lot bigger armor.
Iskrim?
Yeah, we suspect one of the stones to be in the desert of Aenir's Blade, probably in the possession of the Iron Falcons, whereas the other one is on an unknown island.
An unknown island?
Correct. And yes, the oceans might have long taken it, which is why the only way to find out is to build a ship. And to...
Wait, I think I might know what that island is. Does it happen to be in the northwest? In the Black Sea?
I think so.
Sun and stars, that's fascinating. 2 years ago, there was an archaeologist in Everlight who claimed the same. That there was an island in the Black Sea, unknown to our cartographers.
Did he find it?
That's a complicated story, but it's a trail we could follow.
Okay, I don't have to do this right
If
now.
we go to Everlight, I can tell you more.
Well, it does sound promising.
And intriguing. So, where do we go first, Tahar? Everlight or Aenir's Blade?
I'll think about it and let you know when we head out. For now, just get prepared.
Will do, Corporal.
Okay, hopefully I can still find allies, because I didn't mean to do that. Speaking of that, let me chat. Make support, yeah. Okay, let's still have the main quest, good. Allies now up to you wherever you want to. Continue gathering allies or go to Nexus Stones. I want to do allies. Finding all Bloodborne. Find a secret behind the Song of the Right to connect your subconscious to Bel's Nexus. Okay, so hopefully I can still look for allies first, because I kind of want to do that. I didn't mean to start that then. That was a mistake. What's this now? Oh, she moved. So basically when I get to the main map and at least if you still go for the allies, I guess into the goblin stuff later. Because the fact they just talked about it, shouldn't they cut off find allies, should it? Because we've done nothing about it, we just talked what to do, hopefully. So I actually didn't mean to advance the quest if I did. Oopsie. Come on, load. I might push the episode a couple of minutes later just in case, depending how this conversation
To this
goes.
day, the Shaper's magical and techno...
Oh, it's backwards. Why does it always make me face the wrong way when we come out of it?
Got it. I found some materials. Could you use these to upgrade your armor?
Let me see. Oh, yeah, that could work. I'll start working as soon as possible.
Great.
There we go. Thanks, Tahar.
Further improvements, that's fine. Anything else out to
Yeah, Tahar. Wait. What's that?
I'm sorry.
That thing you've got there, the shard. Can I take a look at it for a second? Nihal's hammer. This is amazing. No, more than that. This is phenomenal.
I don't follow. What's so special about this thing?
This thing, as you call it, is part of an artifact. One that the scholars have been writing about for centuries.
Nice.
Blazes Tahar. Sometimes I wonder why it's always you who find such treasures, and not me. Look,
I'm leaving us.
if you find more of these, please bring them to me as fast as you can. It might be possible to reconstruct them, and that... I can't even begin to imagine what that would entail.
Okay. If I find more pieces, I'll bring them to you.
You have to. Nihal's hammer, I still can't believe it.
And with that, I'm going to end this episode here. I decided to split this and the next one up into 2 episodes. See you next week. So please like and subscribe and that good stuff. And share this video. Bye everyone.